If CDs tell a story, if you want every, what's the story that No Regrets tells? For
I don't know. There's a lot of stories.
As you put it together, was there a theme that you sort of were carrying through?
Well, the whole thing, No Regrets, was I didn't try to put this. I didn't pick songs based on, okay, this one goes like puzzle pieces.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't fit it so you listen to the album and by the end of that last song you finally understand what the first song meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that think of art, think of their albums that way.
Right.
I didn't try to do that. I just tried to paint a picture of my different feelings and thoughts and personalities because, we all get angry.
Right.
We all get sad. We all get happy. We all get feeling good or bad.
Yeah.
And I tried to pick something that just represented me at this stage in my life, period.
I read this years ago, and you're saying what I read and think too. These were called records, and they are records of that moment.
Right.
So that this is a record of Albert Cummings at this moment.
Yeah, that's perfect art.
It
because
is.
I always call it a photograph, but it's like it's not a photograph.
Yeah, I mean
it's a recording. It's a record. Thank you.
That's why they were called records, because they were a record of Charlie Patton at that moment.
Right.
Right. For Paramount or whatever.
Because I've been able to be free enough to think about it that way.
Yeah.
I never get hung up on it. Like when I listened to it 3 years later and I say, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was doing at that time.
That's right.
I try to play the best I can, sing the best I can, and write the best I can at what's going on with my life at that moment.
Very cool. I'll tell you, my favorite songs here, do you know the songs in the order or anything?
Pretty much.
1, 3, 5, 7. I just love those four
just
songs.
Those odd numbers.
1, 3, 5, 7, and 10. I like 10 also, and I like 12. I guess I got into maybe my mood right now is I like the quieter, ballady ones.
Right.
Your voice has really gotten better, hasn't it?
It keeps getting better. Hopefully people think that, and I don't just think that, but I feel like I think the only reason it's getting better is because it's getting more relaxed.
Yeah.
It's just not so uptight anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like, here it is. I have no regrets.
That's right.
That's what it is.
This is what you're going to get.
This is it.
Yeah.
If you want to come see me, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. I like the first song, No Regrets. Is that the first one? No, Glass House.
Glass House.
I was trying to think of who you sound like on that one. I'll tell you who you sound like to me.
All right.
John Mayall.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I think it's his newer stuff, but I hear...
Well, send a song to John Mayall. See if he hears himself in there. I can hear him doing that song now.
Yeah. It sounds like a John Mayall song done by John Mayall. Yeah, very good.
Well, that's a compliment to me.
Yeah. You've worked with Jim Gaines on everything but the first album, right?
Right.
What is he able to still inspire you to do after, 8 years? You think you've heard everything from the man. What is he still able to help Albert Cummings with?
Keeping Albert Cummings calm.
Okay.
Jim's a master at that.
Uh-huh.
But he's also the worst driving pusher that you'll ever work with.
Really?
But he does it so calmly.
Yeah.
He just makes me feel calm. He helps get rid of that red light fever thing.
Yeah.
He gives me medicine for that, and he just has it so relaxed.
Uh-huh.
And then and basically you get all relaxed and feeling all great and everything. And he's like, okay, now do something. And push.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick little story about Jim Gaines.
Yeah.
And this is one of the funny stories. My wife and I joke about this all the time. But when we recorded "Feels So Good," the live CD, we had Jim come up and run the board. And of course, anybody, when Albert comes, or when Walter comes, or when Joe Kubek or Thackeray or whoever you want to name comes, oh boy, it's going to be loud guitar. You can't have, and that's all part of it. People, if they come to see us, they kind of expect that. They don't. I don't want to hurt anybody's ears. And when people are leaving and they're putting napkins in their ears, okay, I'm too loud.
Yeah.
But when you have an amp on 2, and it's a guitar band, you're hearing guitar.
Yeah.
So we were doing Feel So Good, and we were doing sound check. And Jim Gaines is running all this stuff, and the place is going crazy about I don't think we'd ever played there. They didn't know our crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, later that night we had 800 and some whatever, sold out crowd.
Right.
And people loved, and the guitar was perfect that night.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how we got there. Of course, when the room's empty, the place is, you know, echoey and there's, you know, everything. You hear those amps, and the amps are barely on. You know?
Right.
And the sound guy and the stage manager or whatever, like, you can't have the guitar. They got their little sound meters, and they're it can't be this loud. It can't be this loud. Our sponsors are gonna give up on us, and you know, it's like, well, Jim says, okay. He says, I'll take care of it. You know, I'll take care of it. He goes over and he's like, play something, Albert, and he goes over and he takes the amps, he turns them way down.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, thank you, Jim. And then they walk along, and he goes right over and he puts them up above where they were. He's like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Come and see Albert Cummings. He's not going to have the guitars loud. But that's what he did. You know, he solved that situation, diffused the situation.
Yeah.
But he wasn't trying to go against them. He just was giving the audience what they came to see.
That's right.
And when the place filled up, Jim knew.
Yeah.
You know, he's front of house for Carlos Santana for how many years?
Yeah.
You know? He knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's Jim.
Great.
You know, that's the story about Jim.
Yeah. What about the live CD now? What was that night like for you, playing almost for your hometown crowd?
It was you know, it was one of those.
Would you say it was one of the easiest gigs you ever did, or are you thinking this is being recorded?
No, I never went there.
Okay.
Well, I did a little bit,
but
I have a tremendous sense of relying on myself, subconscious, for anything when I have to get myself through something.
Yeah.
I just turn it over and say, and most of my shows are like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a lot of people say, well, the Albert that I know isn't the guy on stage, including my wife.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And I say, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
because Albert can't go out and play with what's going on out there. I just really let it all go when I go out there and just let it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But that night, I laid in bed for 3 days prior to that show.
Really?
I had strep throat.
Oh.
And I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I mean, I literally was on every antibiotic and everything I could be on to get that show
to get
done.
through. Wow.
And I think that was part of the nerves. Because back with Blind Pig, they wanted me to do 2 or 3 nights and take the best of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I said, if I have a safety net like that, I'm not going to be able to push it.
Yeah.
I need to go, and I need to know that I'm going to do or die.
Yep. Yep.
And I had to do it that way. So, and they were adamantly against it, because they were like, no, you can't do it. I said, we're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah.
And they were excited, and we had enough for a double CD that night.
Right, right. Yeah. So when you go through all that stuff, were there some songs that just we can't keep this one, it's not good, or were they all quality stuff that you could have used?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I think there was enough for a double.
Yeah, yeah.
Double disc.
I just remember when you did Dixie Chicken that night, and
Yeah.
we just all stood up and we're singing along. It was like, wow, this is so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've become addicted to is, and I'm getting that a lot, and I know I'm going in the right direction, because people come to me, or people write in and they say, I felt so good after that show.
Right.
You know, I feel so good after I see Albert.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of what I feel is my calling. Is to entertain people.
Yeah.
Not go out and play all guitar, whatever,
Right,
but
right.
entertain them.
Yeah.
And touch on different feelings, and that's what I try to do through the night. So
yeah.
I don't go play straight blues all night long. And
Right.
some people hate me for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I try to, relate to everybody that's in the audience.
Right. Right.
And a guy just recently said, my wife hates the blues, but she loves you.
Yeah.
And I said, well, then she doesn't hate the blues.
That's right.
She's not, she just hasn't found the right
Style.
like we said, what genre of blues,
Yeah.
the style, whatever
Yeah.
that touches her.
That's right. And like you said, to reach some of those people, you play a Little Feat song, or you play a Muddy Waters song that everybody knows, or you play a Cream riff or a Hendrix riff.
Something where they recognize.
That's
because
right.
they don't know. It's not their fault that they don't know.
No,
they just don't know because it's
know.
a big secret.
It is, yeah.
And you have to really, the more you get into the blues, the more you realize who stole from who.
Yeah.
And,
it's
like it all came from there.
That's
it's
right.
all there.
That's right.
But people, just like I say, we don't drive a 1955 car today.
No.
Things have advanced. Well, I feel the same way. People need to hear something or understand it in a way. So I try to present it saying, this is the 2012 version of that car.
That's right.
And this is, you know, a little bit of what the old 55
car
sounded
like.
And here, you know, it's kind of like a little bit of a history lesson, but you can't shove it down their throat. You just got to let them feel it and go home happy and say, yeah, I'm a blues fan.
That's right.
Look at
That's
that.
right. Yeah,
that
was fun. Yeah. Even though audiences in the blues are getting older, it seems like they're still going out, that older audience. You know, because this is the music that they loved, and I think if guys like yourself and that whole genre, you know, as you said before, Walter and Thackeray and those guys are playing that live music. That's the stuff that we grew up loving, you know, and people can go to it and say, oh yeah, this is what I like. This is the parties I used to go to. So it's like, even though they say the audience is getting older and we're losing, I think you guys like yourself can bring that older audience back to the music, you know, with the right show, like you said.
Right.
Play some classic.
And hopefully bring the older ones back. And you're talking about, like, not that you're an older guy.
No.
But you know, you're talking about
my generation.
Right, your generation.
Yeah.
But I'm like seeing people that are way older than you.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people that are college kids coming to the shows. And it's like, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this reach.
Yeah.
This is an incredible reach, and it's very rare to get that reach.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah.
So I know I'm doing something right.
Right. You know, one thing I'm thinking about, maybe you have an idea on this too, is it seems to me that there are more blues musicians on the road playing gigs, tiny clubs, bigger clubs, than other genres. Is that true?
Seems that way, doesn't it? It just seems like there's no...
I don't know of any... people in jazz, are there like little jazz bands who are playing, you know, the Iron Horse Chans, that version?
I don't know.
Are there country?
I don't see them. I'm just thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, where are all these other genres playing?
Yeah.
But
you know, I go
maybe
on
there's a circuit there that we just don't know
maybe, you know, I go on Facebook and Geneva's playing here and Doug Deming's playing there and Mitch Woods is playing here and it's like every week these bands are playing all over in little tiny places and I'm wondering, is there a jazz culture like that? Is there a country culture?
Yeah,
or is this something? No, I can't either.
We'll have to look into that and let each other know.
It's just a rhetorical question.
I would say there has to be something.
Yeah.
There has to be. I mean, there's got to be at least jazz clubs.
Yeah. You know. Are there as many, like there's over 200 blues societies affiliated with the Blues Foundation. Are there 200 jazz societies around the country? I don't know. I don't know. We'll leave that to the viewers to decide.
Yeah.
Well, what would this Albert Cummings here with no regrets say to the Albert Cummings with From the Heart? What would he say to this cat 10 years later?
That's a good question. I don't know how much I could tell that guy.
Yeah.
Because you have to live it to learn it.
That's right.
And a lot of people, I talk to musicians. I say, you know, you might be straight with somebody. You might say, you know, you need a new bass player. You need to get once you get with some musicians that really push you, you'll see different. And they take offense. It's like, you can't really tell the young. You can't. I don't know if I could have told myself that.
Yeah.
But I haven't changed too much. But when I first went in with Double Trouble, and that was 19 days in that studio in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Sitting there with Chris, Tommy, and Reese.
Right. Wow.
Now, can you imagine the combined experience? Of those guys. Yeah. And every day was a lesson for me. Yeah. Every day, every minute.
Yeah.
And I've taken all that stuff and locked it up in a vault and I carry it with me.
Wow.
And it helps me every day in this you know, sometimes frustrating business.
Yeah.
But you know, if anything, I'd tell them just relax. And you know, it's funny that saying From the Heart came from when I asked Tommy what would Stevie tell me to do. And
that's right. I remember that.
Tell you to pray from the heart. And that's exactly what I'd tell that guy again.
Yeah. And probably love and appreciate every experience you have.
Every one of them.
Because
every minute on stage,
build to something.
You know, and listen to yourself and listen to your surroundings and listen to everything because there's opportunity in every conversation.
That's right.
For a song, or you know, something.
Yeah.
You put these thoughts together.
Yeah, yeah.
And write it down. I don't know.
That's good.
You know,
yes. Yeah.
I tell them to relax.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the red light.
Yeah, I know.
It'll go away.
That's right. Well, thanks, Albert, for stopping by. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Albert Cummings, his new CD called No Regrets. He is here at Don Odell's Legends, and you're going to have a great show tonight. Albert, thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.